Okay, so real quick, y'all, can we just talk about how things never change? Like, people never change. Like, things do not change. And I'm not saying people like individuals, I'm saying people like all of humanity. Like, we just don't change. We do the same things over and over and over again and just slap a new name on it. And sometimes when you look up and you get that awareness, you just kind of like, what the heck is going on? Didn't this, were we here already? Is that, what? What the heck am I talking about? Okay, so a couple months back, I saw this post, and it was about what was it called? It was called micro retirements, right? And it was talking about how like Gen Z is doing micro retirements. They're gonna work a couple years and then they're gonna take like 2 years off. I was like, I don't know who's making enough money to just only work 2 years and then take like 2 years off. Like minimalist living, maybe, I don't know. Like that's cool too. Whatever. But in my head, I was like, why are you calling this a micro retirement? That sounds like a sabbatical. Now, granted, the word sabbatical is rooted in like the word Shabbat, Sabbat, which means seven. You take it after 7 years. But people don't really take sabbaticals after 7 years. They take it when they're freaking tired. You just take like a break. Every time I heard that word before, it was usually applied to somebody who was like a well-known creative, like an artist or even a lawyer or a professor or a writer, something like that. Like regular people weren't taking sabbaticals. I was not hearing like your average 9 to 5ers taking a sabbatical. So maybe that's why Gen Z introduced this term called micro retirement, where like you're taking like 2 years off and then you're getting your butt back to work. I'm like, bro, that's a sabbatical though. Like, why'd y'all create a new word for that? That's a freaking sabbatical. That's what that is. Okay, so why am I making this video? So then I just saw this other video on Facebook, and I was like, yo, the role reversal between men and women is so flippin' trippy. It's ridiculous. It's hilarious, but it's also sickening. And I've been thinking about this for a while because I just keep seeing it. And I'm just like, this is so weird. So back when I was a kid, I remember I remember seeing, there's a Tyler Perry movie. I think it's Medea's family reunion. And if you guys watch the end of that movie, at the end of the movie, the sister who was like struggling, had 2 kids, had all this traumatic backstory, she's the one who ends up getting married. And she ends up getting married. I really hope, my finger is covering the mic and I hope that this is not muffled. I sincerely hope that this is not muffled. If it is, that really sucks. But anyway, the sister who had all this trauma going on, she ends up getting married to the bus driver. And when she gets married to the bus driver, there's her like the other uncle is in the crowd at the wedding. And he holds up this sign and he's like, don't do it. She got 2 kids. And I was like, I remember being a kid being like, that is so crazy and so ridiculous. But that was the energy. That was the attitude, is like, hey, women who have kids are like, that's a lot of work, leave them alone, whatever. And as I got older, I started hearing conversations and narratives around women who had kids, women who were single moms. Some of the narratives ranged for different things, like she chose wrong, she's ran through, she's a whore, she's whatever. She was the problem. Like for her being a single mother, it was always that she was the problem. And then I saw a video recently about this woman where she was like, women need to stop dating men who have kids because he's the problem. And I'm like, hot take. That's very interesting. Why do you say that? And she's like, well, especially if he has multiple kids. If he has multiple kids by multiple women, then he's probably the problem. And I was like, honestly, that's a logical conclusion to come to, because he probably is the problem. Because why are you impregnating multitudes of women and having children with them? So I was like, that's so crazy how the tables are turning. Fast forward to today. I'm listening to Pop the Balloon. And this woman was like, any man who has kids, pop the balloon. Like, I like basically saying, like, I'm not interested in you. If you haven't seen Pop the Balloon, what are you doing? It's like short clips of interesting dating content. Like, go watch it. It's funny. It's interesting, makes you think. Watch it. Anyway. But she said men who have kids, just pop your balloon. Like, just pop your balloon. I don't have any kids. I guess she also mentioned like wanting to be a priority. I guess she didn't want him to have to choose between like prioritizing his kid and her, right? And the other thing I heard back in the era of like that Tyler Perry movie was like men not wanting to prematurely become fathers. They didn't want to have to father someone else's kid. And for her, it was like, I don't want to compete with your kid. I don't want you to have to choose between like prioritizing me or your kid, because that's not her kid. And I'm like, it's so funny how like we as humans are so consistent. We look at the other gender or a different group of people and we're like, they're so crazy for this. But we will literally, if given the opportunity, will perform the exact same way they do. Okay. And this is a pattern I've been seeing just in so many different things. So I've only given you 2 examples, right? But I can say if this is something that I like actually need to document, I've seen it in so many different spaces. I'm like, wow, the role reversal is so crazy. And I see, and to me, like I said, I've only given 2 examples, but this is something I've been observing for a while between Black people and white people, between men versus women, between like just groups of people that are usually like at odds. It's like if the roles were reversed, you would do the same thing. You would literally do the same thing. If the roles were reversed, you would do exactly what they're doing. You wouldn't be better. You would not be better. And why am I mentioning this? Because I feel like, am I the only one who sees it? But also, I think it gives me peace because all of us are kind of broken on the inside. We're not all great people. We're not all like, I remember someone said to me, if you need a book to tell you how to be a good person, you're probably not a good person. And they said it because I'm Christian. They were like, you need a book to tell you how to be a good person, you're probably not a good person. They're atheist. And I thought to myself, how arrogant must you be to think that you're off rip a good person? You don't even know the standard of what it means to be a good person for other people. And how do you find the objective standard to be a good person for other people? It's so hard to create one when what constitutes being a good person for different cultures and different societies, the continuity of it is very hard to discern in your limited lifespan. Yeah, I need some guidance, some wisdom, and some instruction on how to be a good person. Because continuously, we show ourselves in our behaviors and through generation that if given the chance to be selfish, be manipulative, be wicked, be judgmental, be crooked, we'll do it. Because discrediting a woman for having a child is rude. It's just rude. Discrediting a man for having a child, though it makes sense, I'm a woman, still rude. Y'all, I feel like I should have given more examples, but this was on my brain, and I've said this about different situations. I'm gonna brainstorm and I'm gonna make another video about this. But yeah, just know the pendulum swings left and it swings right. Like, we don't change. Humanity doesn't change. And for that reason, we should offer each other grace. And something I'm learning right now, offer yourself more grace. We're all imperfect people and we all need God to get better. Peace.